y'all, I am going to share my 2023 reflections. It's gonna be broken down into different categories for you guys, and I will be referring to a list, so bear with me if there's pauses in between. I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Heartfelt Expressions with Katera Speaks. First and foremost, my intentions for this year. What were they? Well, I only had one intentions. It was to have and receive an abundance of peace, joy, and unconditional love effortlessly and easily. From the last chapter of my life, 2022, right guys? It was tough. It was really, really tough for me. I have not reflected on that with you guys. 2022 was one of the best and worst times of my life, in a sense, because I felt as if my dreams came true, though it did not come in the package that I thought I wanted. It ended up not well. I had so many intentions for last year that this year I just wanted to keep it simple. And simple is what I got. I got everything I asked for. I got abundance of peace, joy, and unconditional love effortlessly and easily. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional tolerance. Yeah, I was clear on that. So, yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Let's see how that intention's panned out. So, my biggest highlights, I'm going to name two of them. This podcast, Heartfelt Expressions with Katera Speaks, this was a big highlight for me because I started this podcast in 2022 and I only got one episode from that year. I only did one trailer and an episode, and I gave up on it. I felt as if I was not worthy of having my own podcast, something that I can call mine and express myself openly, authentically, unapologetically. So getting back into it this year felt as if I found my voice again. Being able to share my thoughts, feelings, and stories and experiences with you guys. Even when I did not promote this podcast this year, barely. I barely promoted this podcast, so it was really intimate for me. Next year, I will definitely promote it. Now that it's binge-worthy, I will have a whole season finished by 2024. So I feel confident to promote it. But this year, this podcast has been my safe haven where I can just share my inner thoughts, my feelings, and be okay with making mistakes and not having things be quote unquote perfect. Nothing's perfect anyway. So, yeah, it's okay to have flaws. So, the other highlight was gift exchanges. I really wanted to give and receive. I wanted to give gifts, bring people joy, and receive gifts. And it was like pouring into myself through other people, you know? So I had a lot of gifts throughout the year. It felt really, really good. Yeah. That's it for that. Let's dive deeper, shall we? Friends, this topic was tough for me. I had an episode, if you guys listened to it. Friendship has been a tough topic for me, especially since this year I let go of someone I considered a best friend. It was really difficult because when we create friendships, especially someone we bring so close to us, you know? It's hard to let go because of the good times, and you don't want to, well, me, I did not want to acknowledge the bad times until it got too much. So even though it was difficult to let go of someone I considered a best friend this year, I have to say, it was literally the best decision I made this year. It was literally the best decision I made this year because my mental and emotional health got so much better. I finally prioritized meals and sleep. Yeah, I ate more food. I didn't turn to hunger as a truth serum to be able to express my emotions and my thoughts. I didn't have to use hunger as an excuse anymore. So I really took care of my body this year. I ate food when I was hungry. I slept every single day. During that last chapter of my life, during that friendship I had, I rarely slept, y'all. I barely slept. It affected me mentally, it affected me physically, it affected me emotionally, and it was not the funnest time of my life, I must say. Though I am glad that I made a decision that I did. Yeah. And I also strengthened my friendships that I already had. Like the ones that remained in my life, right? It's not just me. We made it stronger. And it was worth it. I cherish them. So, as for family, I have stronger connections with my family. It is so wonderful to really get to know them as individuals and for them to get to know me. I cherish all the holidays we spent together. I cherish all the conversations we had, even if it was some tough conversations, some deep ones. I enjoyed it. And another thing, this has been aching at me all these years, y'all. All these years. This year, though, my Asian parents finally acknowledged my long-term relationship. In my family's culture, if you're not married, right, then your relationship is not on solid ground. And in order to get married, in order to meet the parents, you need to have everything together. So I've been working on this for a long time. Until finally this year they acknowledged my long-term relationship. It gave me so much peace of mind. So much. I did not know I needed it. Because this year I didn't want to rely on other people for validations or approval or permission. And I successfully did that. Though having my parents' acknowledgement felt good. It did. Yeah. And another reason for this tradition is because just in case relationships don't work out, the parents do not want to grow an attachment to someone that would not be considered family. So that's understandable, even though at the time it hurt, It's like, wow, this is a big aspect of my life and I can't talk to you guys about it. It hurt, but I understand. So that was a big highlight of this year. In regards to my romance, my significant other listens to this podcast and I appreciate them greatly. I do. We grew together as individuals and as a couple. That's all I will say about that. This is my personal life. I can tell you guys what I want. Anyways, my mental health. My mental health, I did therapy this year for 3 months. It was monumental in the sense that I chose to give myself peace in the best way I know how, in the best way I knew how at the time. I saw that therapy helped a lot of people on the internet and for my peers. So I tried it out. It did not give me the satisfaction that I wanted, though I do not regret it. It was monumental and it helped me make decisions that I would have otherwise delayed. So, another thing for my mental health, I took a lot of me time this year. I did things that brought me joy. I started playing the piano again. I stopped playing for a while because the pressure of being an Asian woman or being Asian in general, and hearing people playing piano ever since they was a child, like less than 1 year old or 1 year old. I think I took piano lessons when I was 4, I think, 3 or 4, and I think I did bad. And my parents fired the instructor. The pressure of having a child prodigy, I failed, quote unquote. It's okay, I can play piano, and yeah, I'm actually learning a Studio Ghibli song from Totoro, Path of the Wind, or Paths of the Wind, something like that. It's going well. So I'm doing what brings me joy. I've been dancing a lot more. I've been drawing again. What else have I been doing? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, jigsaw puzzles, coloring books, word search puzzles. Yeah, me time. Stuff I can do with myself. Yeah. Social media. Yeah, I have a whole list, guys. I'm referring back to the list. As for social media, I deleted a lot of stuff. I did. I deleted comments. I deleted actual posts from me. I deleted my likes. I unliked things. And there is probably other things that I deleted. I deleted social medias. There was several social medias that I deleted altogether. And I blocked a lot of people. I sure did. I blocked a lot of people because it was tough seeing these people from the last chapter of my life, and it hurt. It triggered me. It brought me back to a headspace that was not conducive for my well-being. Yeah, I can't go back. I can't go back to that time period. And every time I tried to interact with these people before I blocked them, we had that common ground that it was inevitable for that conversation to be brought up, for the past to be referred to, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I blocked a lot of people. Some of these people, they did nothing wrong to me. I don't hate anyone. I don't hold any grudges towards these people. It's just, hey, I had to let go. I had to let go of those chapters of my life. And in order for me to do that, I blocked them. Yeah. And I took a hiatus. From social media after the whole purge, deleting and blocking. I had to take a break for me, for my mental and emotional health, because I was posting practically every single day, y'all. I was. And I felt like it was kind of redundant. I posted about anxiety. I posted about not knowing what to post. A lot of people could relate to them. It's like, wow, I feel anxiety too. Oh my gosh. And I felt like I was on a hamster wheel saying the same thing, and it was great that people could relate because I felt like I wasn't alone. Though I didn't have a solution, I didn't want to feel that way all the time. So I stopped. I stopped altogether and I took a step back. And I realized that I was relying on other people's validations, other people's comments and likes in order for me to feel good enough, to feel like I belong, to feel as if I wasn't, a failure. So I realized the patterns that I was doing. So I took a step back because my perfectionistic tendencies was really coming through on social media. Yeah, I took a hiatus. Okay. I have a couple more topics for you guys. As for travel, the main thing for this year was Japan. I went to Japan for self-care. It was something that I needed. I did. I went to the beach and was laying in the water and it felt like time stopped. It was such a magical moment. It was really good for my mental health. So let's go into careers. My career, I kind of took a step back from the limelight to work on the foundation. And you guys will see what I've been working on next year. I won't tell you guys much. You guys will see the fruits of my labor. So my finances definitely could have been better this year. Though I am so grateful for my family. So grateful for my significant other. So grateful for all the resources that is available to me. Yeah. And last but not least, regrets. Do I have any this year? To put it simple, no. I do not have any regrets this year because I did the best that I could with the energy that I had. And the same goes for my decisions. Yeah, I did the best that I could. And I think that's all we can all ask for. It fluctuated my energy level. And what I thought was best at the time, in retrospect, probably was not, but it's okay. I give myself grace. Now, coming from a place of understanding, I do not have any regrets. I am grateful for this year. I cherish the good times. I learn from the bad. I'm stronger as an individual, as a person. That's the same thing. I'm stronger as an individual, as a partner, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend. Yeah. And throughout this journey, throughout this year, I even became a better podcast host. Well, podcaster. Why, it's only me. So, the learning curve, life. Yeah. So, this has been my 2023 reflection. I did it with y'all today. Yeah, I usually do it by myself. I usually record because I like listening to my reflections of every year. And I never thought of sharing it with y'all. Posting it and publishing it for others to hear. It's like a benchmark in life. It's like, where am I now? And as the years go on, the milestones and reflections will change. But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, that it helped you get to know me a little better, my year, see the progress that I made. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's depending on when you listen to this episode, whether it's the end of this season or you listen to other seasons, depending on when you guys listen to this, and in the grand scheme of things. Anyways, redundancy. What has your year been for 2023? Whether you're listening to it this year or next year or in a different year, what was your 2023 reflections? Yeah, it's good to know. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Share it with someone you know. Give this podcast a review. It will help with the algorithm. Push it out. Follow, subscribe. Yeah, I think that's it. Until next time. Ooh, this is the last episode of 2023. So, until the next season, if you listen to this all the way to this season finale, then until next season, I see y'all soon.